the number of people who come there to call me a prostitute, a slay queen, or lipstick, they are not going to even think about, wow, those were good contributions. I really liked how you did ABCD. It will be more about how do I look, you know? And is she on the heavy side? Is she on the skinny side? That is some form of harassment that is squarely targeted at women politicians. We have seen male politicians who they get away with murder, literally shoot people in clubs and get away with it. And then we have seen women politicians who have become victims of people who have recorded them nude, and they fall off the political career. It's like, oh, her nudes were leaked. That's it. She can no longer vie for women rep. Why? We had a presidential candidate whose nudes were leaked. He is a respectable consultant right now in this country. It's as if nobody remembers that those nudes were leaked. But if I write for you a list of women politicians who someone went and took photos of them when they were sleeping or in the shower or something and put them out and killed their career, it's a long list. And those are some of the things people don't want to talk about, but I'll tell you that's the truth. My biggest fear right now, and I tell people, is not a fear of my nudes coming out. My biggest fear is when my nudes come out, will I survive? You understand? Men don't think about things like that. Men don't think about how am I going to post this picture and online I'll get people to harass me. Yeah, men come and they think, today what am I talking about? I'm addressing my electorate, just straightforward issues. But women, they have tier one, they have to think about their family. What will they say about my husband, about my children? Do I have children? I don't have children. What will they say? Men don't have that to think about. So those are the things that we need to address in order for us to get women to get elected.
We're looking at, going back to another issue, but a different angle. Did you hear what the Bungoma Governor Kenneth Lusaka had to say?
And I commented on it. I think
about
it's just,
pregnant girls and teenage mothers should not be allowed back in school as a deterrent measure.
I heard what he said, and then I went ahead and heard what he tried to correct. And it's so unfortunate because he should have just shut up. He said something very horrible, saying that in our times when teenagers got pregnant, it was seen as taboo. In fact, people were more afraid of getting pregnant because they knew that they would be shunned out of the society and they wouldn't be allowed to go back to school. So he was trying to create the culture at that time, the fear of being shunned out of the society, and school reduced the teenage pregnancies. But that actually isn't the case. And then he came back to correct it, to try and say, not that he was telling people not to take their kids to school, but it would be nice if the society would fear teenage pregnancies. Now let me ask you, and that's why I said the governor should have just shut up. Some of those things you think as a man who just does not know the issues that women face, but you don't speak them, you keep quiet in your corner. Now, a teenager who has been molested or raped, how is that teenager's fault? How do you then now go back to fault them how dare you get pregnant? Unless you're saying all our teenage girls must be put on mandatory birth control because we are anticipating that you're going to rape them. And in the event that you rape them, we want them not to get pregnant. So, dear parents, put your girls in. But unless you're saying that. Because if you ask me, that child has done nothing wrong. That is a victim. Then you further go to shun that victim. Then the question became, this teenage girl did not become pregnant alone. What happens to the boys? Because sometimes it is child parents, meaning both the boy and the girl are underage. Yeah? What happens to the boy? Also, in the governor's thought process, will the boy also be kept out of school? Because he only talked about the girls being kept out of school.